Nick Hart from Backstreet Boys.
Shout out to Boy Band Break.
It's Chris Kirkpatrick here. Shout out to your podcast, Boy Band Break.
Everybody, this is Howie D, and I'm listening to Boy Band Break.
Hi, Ashley Parker Angel here. Huge shout out to the Boy Band Break podcast.
This is Brad from LFO, and you are listening to Boy Band Break.
Hey, what's up? This is Jacob.
What's up? It's Dan.
What's up? It's Trevor.
And it's Eric Michael, and it's time for Boy Band Break, baby. Let's go!
Bam, 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 bam.
Welcome back to Boy Band Break, where we encourage you to take a break from your day and join us in some boy band conversation. As always, I'm Chinzia.
I'm Sophia.
And Lydia, aka Mama Lou, is actually off today because she signed an NDA, so I can't really say it, but she is filming a movie in our town.
Congratulations, Lydia!
I've actually even heard of this this particular director has a lot of movies with twists in it. So
I've also heard this director.
Yeah, so
it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, so she's not a main character. She's like a background character, but she's going to be on set for 10 days. So that's pretty exciting. So
that is awesome. Woo!
When we are allowed to say what it is, we will let you know. But her role is playing a concert goer, which I feel like we have a little bit of an in on how that works. So yeah, congratulations to Lydia. But we also have a special guest. Woo! This is Maria. This is another member of the family. This is my mother, and Lydia's mom. So
Maria.
Hi. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
She has been on
Mother's Day
episode with Diane's mom. Yes, no. Paula. Is it echoing or am I crazy?
No.
Okay. It wasn't before. So anyways. All right, guys. We have Maria here as our special guest because we are going to be chatting about a recent event that we had, which is, if I can share this screen, which I always forget how to do. We went to Pop 2000 in Paradise.
Yay! And by we, they mean them two.
The two of us, yes. Yeah. So Sophia is hearing these stories for the first time. Feel free to ask any questions and talk around. If you are not watching this on YouTube, I apologize in advance because there's a lot of pictures. So I guess we'll just try to describe them if we can. But otherwise, come check out our shiny faces. Yes. The original fans there and the boy banders. So, okay, so to kind of back it up, so Pop 2000 in Paradise. So Pop 2000 is a tour that O-Town put together years ago. I want to say like 4 to 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like O-Town. There's usually a member of NSYNC that's introing it. So it used to be Lance. Now currently it's Chris. Jeff Timmons has also done that before. And they kind of bring Brad from LFO is usually there. And sometimes Ryan Cabrera and others. So they bring like other artists with them and they do this like show. So go back to, we did a Cleveland episode a couple months back. And then we also did the one when they were in Niagara Falls when Sophia and I got to do the VIP with O-Town. So if you haven't heard, if you're new to the podcast, that's what Pop 2000 is. If you aren't new to the podcast, like
you mean you and Diane?
Me and Diane.
You and Diane did the VIP at the end of the show that day, no?
No, me and you went.
No, we went a bunch of times to their concerts for the Pop 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you and Diane
that
also
one. You
went.
were in Niagara Falls.
Oh, okay, maybe I'm thinking of a different one.
You are thinking of a different one. You and I went there. It's on YouTube, man.
Remember that's what. Okay, got it.
Trevor farted. Was it Trevor farted? Or Yes.
Oh, okay, got it.
We go to a lot of concerts, guys. So anyways, yes. So
to a whole bunch.
The Cleveland one I went to with Lydia. Cleveland one I went with Lydia. Drove to Cleveland and back in a day.
Yes.
Do not recommend if you're, enjoy sleeping and not crashing your. We did not crash. We were good. Lydia took over the last 2 hours, but I digress. Anyways, so this was announced months ago. And I was like, ooh, that sounds like fun. I want to go. But I also don't want to spend money on this. And I don't know. And then there was like a bunch of Backstreet Boys things and there was other stuff happening. And then like pretty much like not long after this was announced, the Backstreet Boys also announced their Mexico trip. And yeah, so that was entertaining,
It was
and
a sign.
it was not well, this one. So, anyways, I figured this one is less expensive. And having gone on Backstreet Boys cruises, it didn't sound like it would be a good time because the resort for the back, and you know what? It probably is a good time, and I'm just jelly that we're not going on that one. So if you're not going, right?
No, I'm not going.
Yeah.
That's too
So-
expensive for what they have.
For so like
It's
on the
not worth
cruises,
it.
you would get a meet and greet. You would get like a photo op. You would get the show. You would get a game show. You would get like a whole bunch of different things, and you're basically stuck on a boat with them. They can't really escape. Not that like whatever, but on a resort, it's much more spread out. And then I was doing research about the Backstreet Boy one, and their resort is huge, and they're doing like a full resort takeover, and it can hold up to 10,000 people. So I get that's why they're not doing meet and greet and all that other stuff. But I also feel like I don't know how it is. So this one,
I feel like that's why you go to get like a picture with them, because at least if
Yeah.
you don't see them during the day for the other days in a row, at least you have a picture.
right. And we've been on a bunch of the cruises, and you
Yeah.
know how people go a little frenzy to try to get a picture with the boys at
Yeah.
times. You know, sometimes we've been lifted off the ground in crowds and things like that.
Exactly.
And that's when they have a guaranteed photo. So can you
Yeah.
imagine this where there's no guaranteed photo? So now everyone is vying for their chance to get a picture. So I don't know. So when we were in Cleveland, Lydia and I had asked Joel, who's O-Town's manager, like, hey, how many people have bought this Pop 2000 in Paradise thing? Like, I know it's not going to be the 10,000. And like, what? So he's like, I can't give you an answer because I'm not booking it. It was Vacation Jams that did that. So finally, and then like, there's also like a group that kind of says how many people. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I think this is going to be less than 200 people. So I had actually emailed them and just like, I know you can't actually tell me, but like, is it around like 200 or 1,000 or whatever? And they said it was closer to 200. So that was kind of like my like, all right, not only is there less of us to compete for these boy banders, there's also, I'll read through the list of who's going to be there. But also like, I've done a bunch of O-Town shows now, and they are very personable. I'm not saying that the Backstreet Boys are not personable. They definitely are. But O-Town is more, fans maybe are more chill and are able, like, so I feel like O-Town's able to interact with people better.
I
Again,
think
not
also like their fans are not as rowdy as Backstreet.
they're not as rowdy. No offense, there are less of them, but I feel like because of that, that's how they're able to get like more of a connection and stuff. So I will take my foot out of my mouth because I feel like this is just sounding like whatever, but I will digress. So anyways, so it is, so this is the website. So it's vacationjams.com/pop2000. So it was an all-inclusive 5-day night fan experience, September 28th to October 3rd, the Fives Beaches, Playa del Carmen, Mexico. Obviously, a delightful Chris Kirkpatrick of NSYNC was there. Yes. O-Town, Brian Cabrera, Brad from LFO, David Cook, and he was on American Idol, and Billy Gilman, who was a child musician, and then he was also on The Voice. So we have actually seen David Cook and Billy Gilman last year?
A couple of years ago.
Ohio, however
We went to Kalamazoo,
Kalamazoo, Michigan, and then we went to
Xenia,
Ohio, in the middle of a
Forward, I guess.
And the show was almost canceled because the electricity was whatever, but that ended up being a really good show. So
yeah,
so that's how we had seen them. I feel like these two were very big in the States. I don't think David Cook and Billy Gilman were really big in Canada.
I didn't even know who Billy Gilman was.
I had a CD. I'll get to that later, but I had a CD of him, and it was still in its package. So, so anyway, so
David Cook I've heard of before then, but Billy Gilman, no idea.
Yes. Marcus Monroe, I had not heard of. He is a comedian. Really,
no idea.
he was friggin' dying.
Oh my
He
God.
was dying. We got.
I wanted to take a picture with him after, but he disappeared.
He's like a ninja. He disappeared. Carl Walkner, who I had never heard of before. DJ Excel, who was obviously a DJ. Was this guy even there? Brian Buscino? I guess he was there.
Wasn't he the one dressed all in black?
I have no idea. This Brian fellow apparently there. I apologize in advance to him if he's
Obviously, you
listening.
weren't there for him. You were there for O-Town and Chris Kirkpatrick.
Basically, pretty much, yes. So, and a little bit of Ryan Cabrera. Okay, anyway, so the activities included the Pop 2000 concert, karaoke party, acoustic concert, comedy show, 90s, 2000s dance party, and much more. So all inclusive, the Fives Beach Hotel and Residence, Playa del Carmen, Mexico. So it included all food and drinks in the 10 plus fine dining restaurants. Asterisks here. They were not actually open every day because this is a off season. So you had to go in the app and find out which restaurants were open, but about 3 or 4 were open each day. So you could kind of go between that. The bars, which we are a waste of an all-inclusive. We definitely did not drink our
We had
money's
one.
worth. We had like one or two
alcoholic
drinks.
drink.
We suck, just saying. So they definitely made money.
Okay.
And then 24-hour room service we also didn't use. Transportation to and from the airport.
That we used.
We used that, yes. So we got the transportation VIP priority check-in with refreshments. We'll get to that. We did the swag bag, spa credit we did not use. So meals, the concerts, professional videographer and photographer capturing the events. His name was Chris, super awesome guy. We have not actually seen that yet, but maybe by the time this airs, it'll be out. Essentially, he was like literally just at all the events taking pictures of people
I took
and like
pictures of
making
him.
videos. And we took pictures of him too, but it was we'll show you that later. So that's kind of cool. And then so hundreds of photos and a recap video. So that's the thing, is that you'll see our pictures and we just like straight up camera, like phone pictures. His are actually professional. He has to edit them and all that jazz. So I'm like, okay. 10 plus pools around the resort, which we basically just used 1, 2. Golf cart transportation from the resort station to your room when it was running. Spa we didn't go to. We definitely didn't do basketball, tennis, or pickleball. We saw them as we drove past them on the cart, but yeah, we're on vacation.
Pickleball is very popular nowadays. I always hear about pickleball.
Pickleball's become like this big thing now.
Yeah.
There's no pickles.
There's no pickle. Awarded a pickle at the end, for sure.
No, come on. What is our reward?
That should be what you get. It's motivation. Also, I would love cheese balls. We can make cheese balls.
See?
You're
gonna be there.
Yeah, right? Exactly. So it says the resort is set on the ocean, but also amongst the jungle. You will see spider monkeys, Cody, and many other wildlife in their natural habitats.
We did.
True. We definitely did
I
that.
saw some Instagram videos of that, Instagram stories, and the people were like, "Oh, this is amazing!" So
It was a pretty cool, yeah, definitely. World famous coffee, which we did not get. The theme nights, much more, and then obviously your airfare is not included. But yeah, so basically there was 3 types. I don't even know if they even let me. No, it won't show that. Okay, except share this tab instead. It actually did show. So basically there was 4 types of rooms you could get. So you could get just like a regular room. So those would be on levels 2 and 3. And then there was a 1-bedroom room. Then there was a swim up room that you could get. So obviously those are ground level rooms. It's not swim up to another floor. And then they also had a house resort where you actually got your own like rooftop patio. And it had like a barbecue and a jacuzzi tub and a hot tub and like loungers and things like that. And a kitchenette and all that stuff. I don't know why you would need a kitchenette, all-inclusive resort. But anyway, so there was like some definitely cool options that you could have. And it wasn't that much more expensive. It was an extra $130 a person a night. Okay, a little bit more expensive. But we figured instead of getting one of the fancier rooms that we're not going to, because why would you stay in your room on a resort? We just use that towards airfare. So there you go. So
good idea.
Good idea. Okay, so also we did not book this months and months in advance. As I said, I had been on the hemming and hawing for a while. I've always wanted to go to Mexico. I don't know why my camera has stopped working, but We're still here, guys.
Okay, you're back.
We're back.
Yay!
Technical difficulties, fun stuff. So basically, wow, my brain is not functioning. So anyway, so we about like a month, because I've been like really like thinking about it, and I like to obsess over things and like whatever. So finally, we're like, we've always wanted to go to Mexico. We were gonna go last year for your birthday. We didn't. So my mom's like, we're going. Whatever, book it. Because then I was also like, oh, I don't know if I should ask my bosses.
Making memories.
Oh. So that's what we decided to do. So yeah, so we booked it. Obviously, you were working. Lydia.
Well, remember this conversation we had? Because of you were going to that trip, I was going to 90s Con. And then you forgot that I was going to 90s Con. And you're like, oh, surprise! Sophie went to 90s Con. I was like, yes, we had this conversation already.
Yes, so we covered your boy band experiences, guys.
Yes.
Sophia had all the boy banders at 90s Con Tampa, which you go back and listen to those episodes.
Yes.
And then so we took we took one for the team and took O-Town and the others. So.
Thanks.
I would just like to point out that prior to this trip, have you ever been to a boy band concert?
Yeah, the Backstreet Boys
Backstreet
in
Boys,
Calgary.
Calgary.
Backstreet Boys in
When you
Calgary.
had me hold that song.
Sorry, I didn't mean to answer for you, Maria. Sorry.
Well, good for you, Sophia, because I forgot.
It was right at the tip of my tongue and it wasn't coming out. So thank you, Sophia.
So that was, and you've never been to any other.
No.
And she met Howie on a dinner cruise that I lied about the price. So she could drive me around. So that's basically my mom's boy band experiences. She met the Backstreet Boys. Well, had an interaction with the Backstreet Boys at the concert with Kevin, where because I made her hold a sign saying my daughter made me come to the show.
Well, she
And-
said, write whatever you want. And I said, okay, I'm writing my daughter made me come.
So then in the middle of the show, Kevin's like, are you having a good time? And my mom's like, yes, I am. And he's like, you're great. Thank you for coming. So
Yeah, he was nice.
yes, and when you met Howie, he was nice too. So
Yeah.
obviously boy banders are nice.
Yes.
This is nice.
Have you
They
met
always
these?
give nice interaction, make you feel like you're the only one there.
They're charming and good at it.
Yes.
Okay, so basically, so then she's like, okay, fine, let's do this. We're like, okay, cool. So I think I will now switch over to our pictures.
The switch is almost happening. There it is. Loading.
Don't know why it's showing numbers on your face, but whatever. So this is us. So we went to the airport. So originally we thought that we were going to take the bus and do all this other stuff, but my dad was like, I drive you, so he did. So it was very nice.
Nice.
Oh yeah. So we took Air Canada.
And didn't you say that they were on a strike or they're gonna go on strike?
They were going to
go.
strike, and I was just like, great, wonderful.
But we were going to get there. We just didn't know
we
if we
weren't sure if we were
back.
getting back. So, anyways, here is us at the airport, because you have to walk 1,000,000 miles to do anything there, all the things. So, we made the mistake, by the way, of just having one checked bag and then 2 carry-ons, and that was really annoying. And I feel like for the extra $60, we should have just had 2 check bags and had less stuff. But we were able to check those for free at the gates. So like, yeah, check all that. I made us
you
little.
think your camera is off, like we can't see you.
Yeah, I
and
don't know why. I'm just plugging and unplugging it, I guess. I don't know why it's being weird.
Okay. Sorry, continue.
There we go. We're back. Okay. Yeah. So I made us these cups. I stole these cups from work, so it says Bounce 1029 on the other side, but I made us our names on it. Fun fact: even though they are double-walled cups, they do not actually keep anything cold. Because I was going to bring like my trusty metal cup, and I was like, I don't want to lose this cup, whatever. And then I was like, I should have just brought that cup, because it's definitely, especially in the heat, does not keep cold. So this was our prior to the thing food, which I believe was approximately $40 because it's an airport, so who knows. So we had
Airport
chicken
food
Caesar
is very expensive.
yes,
Cost of having
sandwich.
the
The grapes were good.
luggage.
Yes, we saved money on the luggage and bought shitty lunch. So there you go. Yeah, so to Cancun, and then I forgot to mention. Okay, I don't know if there's any like airline-y people that listen to this podcast, but I have a question because they said that the flight was there on time, but there was a passenger who needed special assistance to get off the plane, so they needed the special assistance team to come help them. So is this code for the passenger died on the plane? Because this was my thought process. I was like, because like, if they need like a wheelchair, do they not normally have the wheelchairs right there?
I'm not sure.
So,
I've
like,
never
does
experienced that
special
before.
assistance mean death? That is my question. I don't know.
She pondered this
because
the most of the time.
Granted, I also could have gone to go look, but no, it would have been a covered walkway, so I wouldn't have been able to see. But eventually, this special assistance team that was at a different area of the airport came, and then they brought the person. And okay, again, also you deplane on a different level than you like go on sometimes. But they came with an empty wheelchair. So to me, that means that perhaps this person was taken off and then put in a thing. But, you know, maybe that's just my overactive imagination. I don't know. Godspeed to whoever needed special assistance.
Yeah, you never know, I guess.
And I just fucked up the camera by knocking on this table. So.
And now they are gone.
Oh, God. No.
Now they're back.
Okay.
This is a lovely picture of you guys in their seats.
Right now. Yes.
See?
So anyway, so we finally made it onto the plane. Everything was Jim dandy, good to go.
And it was Air Canada Rouge, right?
And it was Air
Because when
Canada
you
Rouge,
book, they
and,
trick you thinking that you're just going to go Air Canada, but then when you get there, it's Air Canada Rouge.
That is correct. Yes. Bunch of lies.
That's right.
Okay, so we finally get to the airport. So we were like late getting there, and then the luggage took forever to come off and whatever. And then even though they said like they sent us a thing ahead of time, don't talk to anybody, just go outside, meet our people, get this thing. They'll hold up a sign saying the fives, whatever. Finally got through. Then you're like, oh, by the way, if you're planning on smuggling, I probably shouldn't say this, but if you're planning on smuggling things, enjoy your life, because essentially when you get your luggage, it says nothing to declare or to declare. So we had nothing to declare. You just waltz on out of the airport.
Oh.
So I was just like, okay, yeah, I have nothing to declare. Okay. Like, no one asks you anything. Like, okay, yes, obviously they put the luggage through scanners and all that stuff. So maybe that's why they're confident that no one is whatever. But it was just like, okay, why not?
That was easy.
So, really weird. So I've never flown to Mexico before, obviously. So Canadians and Americans, I believe. There's like a special, so when you get there, there's like a special like booth thing that you go through. So it's like clear glass doors, and you scan your passport, and then you go in, and then it takes your picture. Because we kind of have that in at the Toronto airport too, right? It's not a booth, like it's not an enclosed booth, but then you get this little like paper, and then you have to hang on to this paper your entire trip, because on it, you're just going to go toss it or like give it to like because you know, in Toronto, they make you just give it to the border guy, like the customs person when you go through. This one, it actually says to keep with you, and you will not be allowed to leave the country with it.
Oh my gosh.
So, like, do not lose these papers. Like, oh my God. So like, and then when you check in at the end, because you also have to pay departure tax, which we did ahead of time. You have that and the picture, and then the airline takes it, and then you're good to go. But I was just like, oh my God, I don't want to like, not that
That's
one
crazy.
in Mexico, but I definitely don't want to deal with that. So anyway, so we finally get out there. I almost the one guy tries to like lure us. I was like, we already have transportation. Then he starts talking, and then I start panicking, and then I'm just like, fine. So I just leave, go outside, trying to find the guy that has the fives, not realizing that he's literally holding a sign that says Pop 2000 in Paradise. And I was like, oh, that's the guy. So we go there, and he's like, where have you been? You're late. And I was like, dude, I think somebody died on our plane. I don't know. And he's like, what? And I was like, I don't know. And he was like, I was not driving the plane. I got here as fast as we could. I don't know how to tell what to tell you, like whatever, right? So
what time were you supposed to be there?
So we were supposed to be there at 5, and I think we got there at 6. or
Oh.
something. So it was late. It was about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. So we had to wait around because he had the list of all the other people that were coming. But I guess because our flight was delayed, there was nobody else coming at that time. So we had to
Oh.
wait about 20 minutes. And then we got like a private car. It felt very
Ooh.
fancy,
Lovely.
like a sleek black
Brand new.
suburban, very roomy to drive us. And it's about a 40-minute drive from the
Oh, wow.
airport to Playa del Carmen. But it's just like a basic straight street. So I can understand that if people wanted to rent a car, they could. I don't know why you would, unless you're planning on doing a lot of exploration by yourself. But yeah, it seemed pretty cool. And also it was very weird because like the second you turn out of the Cancun airport and start driving, all you see are like all these like American like they had just opened a new like an outlet mall or something, and it had like everything. I was just like, oh, this whatever. So it was interesting. So we did that. Finally get to the hotel. So because they were getting ready for the opening night karaoke, nobody was there to meet us, but they gave us our bags, which we have right.
And then in this picture, you have them as well.
Yes. There's our bags.
Very nice.
And then, I'm sure it'll show us the next picture. Oh, I thought it was going to show us our. Okay, anyways, these bracelet things are so cool. So this is what actually like got you into your room and stuff. So it's like a little wooden tag, and it was on a pink string. So I found out later that each string meant different things. So the pink was for our group, and then on the back there was like a little circle, and that was like your key card and stuff.
Oh, wow.
So
That's fun.
key card with you, just like tap. Because like the last time we went to an all-inclusive
Unless-
resort was like 15 minutes.
Unless the battery dies on
Yes,
the
well,
door.
that was another.
Yeah,
fun
I
version.
think now like a whole bunch of things now are just tap, tap on, tap off.
Yeah, it was really
Yeah.
cool. The other thing that, wow, I've lost my train of thought, but yes, it was very cool. So
Sorry, I cannot help you. I cannot go in your mind and like help
I-
you with your train of thought.
I don't even know where my mind is going. I'm trying to think. Oh, last time we went to an all-inclusive, granted it was also Cuba. Was it Cuba or Dominican our last one?
Cuba.
I was like 15 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, maybe 9 or 10 years ago. They had dial-up internet, and you had to
Yeah.
pay like $20 to get like half an hour's worth of minutes or something like that. This, Wi-Fi everywhere.
Everywhere.
That's great.
Wi-Fi away. So yes, I was like, oh, times have changed since our last.
Because I
all-inclusive.
remember like me emailing you like any like boy band information, and I had to like email you like a whole bunch of times, and then you wouldn't get the email until like the next day because you had
Oh
dial-up.
yes, because didn't Leslie die
Yeah.
when we were on our last Leslie Carter? And then I was just like, what the hell? And I didn't get it for like 2 days.
Then
and stuff
I
like
think
that.
something like that. Yeah.
Now it's just like bam, bam, bam. Like we were posting pictures while we were there. So
Had the
Yeah.
food.
that's cool. So yeah, so kudos, good times. Okay, so does this never work? This little exit. Okay, so that was that. Also, while we were there, we found out that the new NSYNC song "Better Place" was coming out. And it was going to be coming out like the midnight of the night that we got there. So we're like, ooh, maybe we'll do like a screening with Chris. And they're like, that's a great idea. Oh, because hold up. did I
Wasn't
show
it on
this?
September 29th, right? Better Place?
Yes.
Or was-
Yeah. So I'm just going to show this really quick. If you are interested in going in the future, because they did announce while we were there that they're going to be doing one next year, the page you want to go for information is Pop 2000 in Paradise, Playa del Carmen. Well, this one says 2023, so they might change it, but basically it's the Vacation Jams people. So this was a really good website. There was also one that said Pop 2000 in Paradise Playa Pals, where it was like questions and friends and stuff like that. So, and it was really good because they would announce things every day on here too, if there was any changes to the schedule and stuff like that. So very cool.
That's great.
Yes. Okay. Oh, these are my pictures. Okay. So I'm going to share this tab instead. Okay. So this was us on the plane. This is non-alcoholic, as was the theme of our trip.
I wanted to get the full
Yeah, so
experience.
Was it raining?
thing. I thought this was kind of funny. It was raining, yeah. But it wasn't like bad rain. It was like
Oh, okay, that's
misty, I guess. So whatever this Coco Bongo is, apparently is very big there. I guess it's some sort of show. This had Beetlejuice.
No.
the mask was there. I was like, oh, okay, sure, why not? So we definitely did not go. There was the guy with their Pop 2000 Paradise sign. There's us at Air. Then it got like extremely dark in the hour that we were driving, and I'm like, it looks like we're going into a jungle or something. There's like one of the carts to take us to our room. They had little fancy stickers on the toilet paper. Yes, I take pictures of this is the room with crap on the bed. But
No, that was the package.
yes, this was the package, which oh gosh. Oh no, what did I do? Okay. So this was the setup for karaoke night. So basically, we did not even have time to eat, I don't think, right?
No.
We just went to our room and then went to go to this karaoke night because it was starting at like 8. So we're like, okay, change and let's go. So they were going to have food outside here. So Billy Gilman and Trevor Pennick were hosting karaoke night. I apologize that all these pictures are really dark. It was dark in there. I don't know. But also, if you go to our YouTube page, so youtube.com/boybandbreak, we have lots of videos and things from karaoke night. So I just took random videos of people and stuff because that's how I roll. Why is this not? Oh my God, what is happening?
Maybe you have like Butterfingers or
Sorry,
something.
hold
and
on.
it's-
I'm on this like computer that's like lame. I don't know. Hold on.
It lags a little bit,
Let's try
maybe.
It lags and it keeps like clicking out. Okay, here we go. Present. Share screen. People who are on this are not new to the fact that we have technical difficulties all the time. So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
It's almost like
Okay,
a
so
card
this-
of technical difficulties.
Basically. So this particular night was dressed like a boy bander night. So I was just like, okay, how am I going to do this? So that I also made a bunch of stuff with my Cricut before we went, like the night before, because you know that's how I roll. So
That's
I think
right.
we went to bed at like 4 a.m, as per usual. But yeah. Oh, sorry.
But you made some fun shirts.
We did. So this was one of the things that we got in our bag. It was Pop 2000 in Paradise, Vacation Jams. We had this. Not the best because it definitely like is hard to drink out of if I'm used to drinking from a straw. So I'm just an idiot. That could also be it. But this was good for when we like came back home because it wasn't like dripping. Anyways, so I decided that I would channel my inner Chris Kirkpatrick because he's going to be there. And this was the first picture I took of him was in Miami, and I'm sure it'll be up somewhere. But yeah, so he was wearing a camouflage shirt that says, "Ha, now you can't see me."
So
And then,
when I
like-
saw this shirt, I was like, oh, it's John Cena. Because John Cena always does, "You can't see me." But I don't know if Chris knows
Oh,
that.
really? I did not know that. So yeah, so this was way back in like 2004, the first picture I took with him.
Yeah, I don't think
so.
John
And the
Cena was there yet, but I don't remember. It's been a long time.
And then we were trying to find a ball necklace, couldn't find it. So my mom went to our craft room and made this necklace.
That's nice.
Yes.
Look closer, little smiley
They're little
faces.
smiley faces, but whatever, it's fine. She didn't really care. So I just gave her an O-Town shirt from this past summer. So there's their shirt. Why are my pictures? My pictures are. So anyway, so Billy was performing. Okay, so this is Essence. So she actually listens to our podcast. Actually, I was thinking that maybe. So hello. So she had actually messaged ahead of time. I believe she's from Alabama, I want to say, and said, "Hey, I'm coming on thing. Can't wait to meet you," type thing. So we're like, "Oh my God, yay!" So it was very exciting. Like she came up like, because I was like, "Oh, I'll look for her," and then I realized that her picture is actually like a cartoon. So I was like, I don't know how to find someone who is a cartoon. So anyway, so she came up to us, super nice, super fun.
Yeah.
Hung out with her like throughout the week. I was thinking that maybe in a future episode, because she had also mentioned that she wants to be on the podcast, and I was like, that's actually kind of a good idea. So I figured if we do like our episodes with our recap, then maybe we'll grab a couple of the girls that went on the trip, and like maybe they can tell like from their perspective, because obviously everybody lived a different week, right, and had different things with their group of friends. So I think that would be kind of fun.
That'd be a good idea.
Let us know in the comments if you guys think that we should get Essence and some of the other people on our podcast. But yeah, so there you go. So that was
These trips are always fun meeting new people.
And I think that's one of the best parts about trips is that you do get to meet new people, and it's
Very
a lot of
lovely.
fun. For sure. So then I was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna sign up for karaoke. Let's do this.
Yes, I was
So
like, I wonder if
basically-
Cynthia will do it, and I knew it.
Of course, yes, because I like to show off and be ridiculous. I have to say though, I was feeling a little bit like my throat was a little bit sore. Not sick. I did not have COVID. We checked and everything and all that stuff. It was just that I feel like with all the change and the temperature and the whatever, I was just my throat was a little off. So I'll say that's why my performance was off. It also just because I suck. But anyways, I digress. I would just like to point out that the girl before, I don't know if you can see this, but
Not
the girl
really.
before me performed Tequila. You know that song? Literally, there's only one word.
You just say tequila the whole time, right? Yeah.
Na 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 na
No, 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 no.
tequila. I was just like, that's hilarious. Also, you could actually get the boy banders to sing with you. I just didn't know how to do that. I guess I could have just asked them. I don't know. Because my other option, so I went with Shakira whenever, wherever. My other option was going to be I Got You, Babe, but I didn't know, I feel like because it was opening night, I didn't really know and didn't really get a chance to talk to them and all. I felt but I feel like if they do this again next year, I'll definitely be like, yo, I need one of you if you're here to do this song. So
Yes.
anyways, so no, it was fun. It was good. There's Trevor and Billy. I apologize if I run into Eileen. So this girl was dressed up as Chris's marionette.
Oh, awesome.
The thing. So, and she had the marionette with her. And I was like, how, that's a baller costume because it's exactly.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know what's funny is that I actually see people in the background that we know. There's Dan from O-Town just hanging out.
Dan!
Yeah, so officially, so here's the thing. So on the schedule, it basically just said who was hosting that particular day. So we weren't sure if the others were going to join. But for this one, because it was the opening party, everybody eventually did come. They came at different stages, but everybody was there. So that was a nice surprise. Yes, so yes, here's me about to go on stage. Oh, this is so my mom has the footage of, sorry, there's a lot of videos here because we can't play. And it's not going through. Okay. Before I get to, so anyway, so my mom has the video of me performing, which includes me falling up the stairs, not down the stairs, up the stairs, onto the ground. I missed it because
And you weren't drunk or anything. This is just normal Chinzia.
I was so drunk. I was sober and I'm just I'm gonna my short little legs and the fact that I'm wearing flip flops and I have nothing to grab onto. I just fucking fell onto the stage. So Billy Gilman, kudos to him, delightful man, did help me up.
That's good.
Yeah.
Sorry that you fell, but at least you got help from Billy Gilman.
It was
Do you
I'm
think
this
that
is
was
awkward and
that was
ridiculous
an
and embarrassing.
icebreaker,
but
right?
hey,
It broke
game
the
it.
ice for people.
It broke something. I was just so help me God if I end up breaking my knee or something on the very first day. This is gonna be so friggin' awkward because I'm not gonna go home. I'm gonna stay. We paid a lot of money for this bullshit. So yeah.
Well, I'm glad you didn't break
I'm just-
anything and you were able to sing the song and continue the memory.
Yes, so, and I was just doing my ridiculous let on, I don't know, and shaking my fat ass and stuff. So I was just whatever, it is what it is. So it
You're
was,
having fun. Why not? Being ridiculous.
it
on
was
the
very
vacation,
entertaining.
That's what it's all about.
Oh my God. And then when I came down, Joel, so O-Town's manager, was there and he's great job. Or he fist bumped me. Or did he fist bump me? I can't remember. But then Brad from LFO was also there and he's he also fist bumped me and said, great job, you did great. And I was did I? I'm I fell on the stage. And he's no, it was great. It's great to see you up there. I was okay, thank you.
That's nice. Come on. Positive.
This is also from
You're having a good time,
Okay.
It's nothing
All right, I
serious.
found
Karaoke's supposed to be ridiculous.
No, it was fine. And honestly, I don't really get embarrassed that easily. I say stupid shit all the time, as you know, and
And you fall down all the time, so it's normal.
And I fall down, so yes.
You get
please let
scared
me get
easily.
up from the stage.
Oh,
You know what? You just gotta get up.
fall down.
Yeah.
But I get up again.
Yes.
That's right.
Chumbawamba, yes. Yes.
Yes.
I should have switched songs to that one. I get knocked down, but I get up
And then you could have been like, that's part of my routine. I meant to do that.
did it on purpose. That was pretty funny. Yeah. So this was the package that we got. So it came with the bag. It came with a dog tag. I think this thing was a sticker, maybe. It came with a pen. Something. We got the spa thing. It had the list of events, and then it had a welcome letter. But the welcome letter was kind of weird. Like it sounded like it was meant for a performer. It's like, thank you for taking time out to enjoy your fans or something. It was weird. But I was like, okay, sure. But yeah, so
Maybe they didn't have time to write one for the fans. I don't know.
maybe I have no idea. Or maybe they gave us the wrong bag or something. I don't know. So these were the little like wooden things. So that was pretty cool.
Nice.
The way that our rooms were set up. So they were different villas, right? So we were villa number 18. And then we were the 18th room 2. So what happened was you go in to 1818 and then you open the door and then there was 2 other doors. So 1818-1 and 1818-2. So I think that's if you have like families and you're sharing a room. Because you know how sometimes when there's connecting rooms, the door is in the room. This one's like in the hallway outside the room. So, yeah, it was pretty interesting.
Way.
Yeah,
that's fun.
So, this was the fun, colorful
Mexican restaurant.
The Mexican restaurant that was cute, and it was like, and this was right outside our room. So
was this after karaoke or
too, for sure?
Okay.
No, so this is my mom's version, so she has more pictures. I'm assuming.
Oh, sorry.
So there's me, the high, now you can see me. Yes. Yes. Da-da-da. So apparently my mom's camera is just better than mine because you can see them in color and not in dark shadows. So there you go. So Billy Gilman and Trevor. Eric from O-Town was there in his classic print. So this is where I was just like, you know what? It's time to introduce mom to everyone because let's do this. And then she kept in, is this guy a boy band? And I'm like, yes. So she had no idea who anybody was throughout the entire week, even after meeting them. She was like, is this guy the boy band guy? I'm like, yes, this is fine. So there you go. So there's Eric, there's Joel. Let's see who else we got. There we got, we did get drinks. For the first night, yes, we had no idea. That's the other thing because we don't really drink a lot, so we didn't really know what to order. So I feel like that's also part of the awkwardness. So I think you got it. What, a margarita?
Margarita, because I knew what that was.
And why is our video glitching? Okay, well, it's a show there.
Why is there so many problems happening?
You know what? It's because this is not my regular computer, and I don't know what's.
Okay.
Whatever. So we got our drinks. So then there is obviously Jacob from O-Town. This is one of the guys who runs it. Was this Joe or was this Ryan? This was Ryan.
You're asking me?
Yes, sorry. So there's some girls on stage performing. Here's us with Dan from O-Town. So always good guy, that Dan Miller. And then there's me with Joel because I love this man. So adorable. There is Chris hugging Billy Gilman. This is like the food display that we had. So like they had like a full-on barbecue happening outside.
Cool.
The food was amazing.
So yeah, so that was good. The buffet things. So we're starving because we haven't eaten since that crappy lunch in Toronto. They had all these desserts. So this is us. So this was our first.
Nice.
So my mom just like goes up to Chris while he's eating, and I was just like, okay, I'm trying not to. And then she's like, hey, come over. I was like,
no, I just said, could I take a picture of you? And then
because I was talking to Essence, and I was like, I don't know, because mom was taking pictures of all the food, and then I was just like, where did she go? Oh, she's talking to Chris right now. Okay, well, I guess we better go over there. So we went over. So
I asked if I could take a picture of him, and then the girl that was with him, she said, well, why don't you be in the picture? I said, oh, okay. So then
that's his manager, Carrie.
Oh, okay. She's
Carrie,
lovely.
so she's
lovely girl.
So yeah. So then, so we're like, hey, come on over. So we all took a picture.
Very nice. Very nice.
Really
see
people, because then you're not intimidated.
That's true.
See, there you go.
Okay, so I don't know if Okay, so you know what? I just realized we never actually posted the results of our boy band break fantasy.
You know why we
boy
didn't?
band
Because
thing.
you didn't win. That's why.
Oh, but you always post them. So
No,
I
I
thought you
don't.
were posting them. Yes, you do.
No,
Last year you
post
posted
the
and you're like,
winner.
I don't post the winner. You
I only
posted
did it one
last
year. The other years it was you.
I just assumed you were posting it, and
I
didn't
wasn't
realize.
because I was like,
Miscommunication.
Anyways, basically, guys, this is what happened, and we're just gonna tell you a thing, and it is what it is. I attempted to cheat in this year's boy band.
yeah, I knew it. I was like, damn it, I don't have any boy banders to ask.
So basically, what happened as we did our go back 3 or 4 episodes, I guess, with our 2023 boy band break fantasy boy band draft.
Yes.
So we went around and picked people and stuff, and I always pick Chris from NSYNC because that's the hill I'm going to die
That's
on.
your guy. It's your
One
guy.
of these years, he will win. This year was not that year. But then I added in a little clause that, like, hey, if any of the boy banders interact with us, we should get extra points. So if you go back and listen to the episode, Lydia's like, if any boy bander interacts with us, they should automatically win. I'm like, no, that's not fair. Because again,
And then I was like, no, because I knew Chinzy was going on a trip.
so then Sophia's like, okay, you get 5 points per boy bander, which is
Because
fine.
it was like 2 points, but then I was like, okay, 5 points. We'll make it.
No, Lydia's like 100 points, and you're like 5, and I should have went for 10 because 10 would have got me there. Maybe.
Yes.
But
So then I compromised and said, okay, 5 is fine.
So, anyways, basically my goal was to get.
We're not competitive at all.
We are not competitive at all, for sure. So basically, what ended up happening was that 4 out of 5 of my people were going to be on this trip, and I even called them the Pop 2K boys.
Yes.
Whatever.
Smart. That's a good one. Yeah.
Smart.
Yes.
And I manipulated it so the episode was airing while we were there.
Yes.
I also did that. So the amount of cheating that I did and did not win. Let's just
Thank you to all the Prosper listeners for getting me that win for the 4th year in a row. I appreciate you all.
So Sophia won again. What was your band's name?
Congratulations, Sophia.
Thank you so much. My boy band's name I cannot recall at this time.
Wow, Sophia.
You can put it up on Facebook. I'm sure we have a Facebook computer.
Hold on.
We have a computer there.
Give me 2 seconds. I'll do it on my
Pull
phone
it up.
because I don't want to mess this up here.
Oh my god, yeah. My brain is not working.
I love how you have won and you have no idea who your band is.
But I know I had Donnie Wahlberg in my band.
Yeah.
I had Trevor Pennick.
Yep. Oh, here we go. You were called. Okay, yes. Let's see who else was in your band.
Okay, go ahead. Donnie Wahlberg, Trevor Pennick.
Yeah.
AJ McLean.
Yep.
Those are the 3 that I recall.
It's not showing it.
Oh, and Joey Fatone.
Joey Fatone and
Jacob Underwood. There you go.
And Jacob Underwood.
Yes.
So your group was called the Blocktown Posse.
Yes.
So Blocktown Posse has won.
My apologies.
I gotta say, I am shocked that Lydia's Backstreetin did not win. Backstreetin.
It was pretty close.
Lydia had all of the Backstreet Boys, minus AJ, and then she was replaced with JC from NSYNC. And then the AI picked a bunch of random ones for Big Pack. But anyways,
yes,
I tried very hard to win this. I was like, I'm going to get them. I'm going to record. So I figured I would do it the first night, which was the Thursday, and the voting was until Saturday. We still had some time. We were good. Did not work out that way. So basically, at this point, if you can see the stupid face that me and Chris are making because we're talking and it's blurry, I was just like, listen, we have this boy band fantasy draft. I pick you every year. Every year we lose. I'm not going to stop. And so I probably shouldn't have said that to him. But I was like, we are not going to lose this year. I need you to record something saying that you are voting, like to encourage people to vote. So for this, I think we can play it. I don't know if you can actually, let me know if you can hear the sound, Soph, because I don't know if the sound actually comes through or not. But I was also showing him a picture of him wearing this outfit. Oh,
See,
is that
having
on
your
thing?
phone and like look at my
Yeah,
memories from
it
previous,
was.
like really a good
Oh,
icebreaker.
maybe it's on later. I don't know. Anyway, so okay, well, we'll find it later. So again, so it's me.
You can go on Twitter. You can put it on Twitter as well.
I could do it on Twitter. It's
Up to you.
Did I do it on? Yes, Twitter.com.
Yes.
Un momento, por favor.
Yes.
Nope.
Well, you can show that picture, can't you? The
I'll
one
show
of
that
the
picture in
two.
a minute.
Okay.
Okay.
But like, what did he say? Like when you were telling him, like, okay, I got this. I'm gonna do this video.
Like, okay. I think he thought I was ridiculous. But anyways, okay, let me know if you can hear this.
Boys in the fantasy boy band draft, please.
I can kind of hear it.
Okay. Well, okay. You know what? If you want to, if anybody wants to see any of this, just go to our YouTube page because I put them all up there.
Okay.
So they're there. So basically, he's like, "Hey, it's Christopher Singh for the Pop Boys." Then I got Eric, and Eric was also, he did a whole big thing, and then he was talking about different levels of voting. I was like, "Man, this is just one level, but whatever." So I got Eric to record it. I got Ryan Cabrera. It was good, and he was love it. So that's that. And then I got Dan from O-Town as well. Or maybe Dan
Great videos. I really love them.
But basically it was fun and I got them record and it was like, it was a good time. So yeah, so back to our actual page here. I apologize, forget this girl's name, but look at the shiny jacket. How awesome is that? And this is Lauren.
I
And
love
she's
it.
actually, she was on Mission in Sync when we recorded that episode years ago, 3 years ago, apparently.
3 years
Look
ago,
at that,
and it
NSYNC
just came up
comeback.
on our memories, right?
So it did just come up on our memory. So yeah, so that's awesome. Yeah, so there's more of the food. So it's like meats and cheeses and all that jazz.
love
And
the
this was
display.
just for our group, those people.
That's
right?
amazing.
So that's all the stuff that they had.
I would have been like,
Just good. So people are just kind of like milling around, eating, going inside and doing the karaoke. That door over there is where the karaoke room is. So they also all brought their families. Oh, look at that. You got Nat. So that's Nash. So that's Chris's son and his wife, Carly. Yeah. So this is Carl Walkner. We'll talk about him later. We'll explain. This is, so then there's Jacob from O-Town. That's Alexa Bliss, who is a WWE wrestler.
yay!
And
I was
also
like,
there's Ryan
Cynthia was
Cabrera.
messaging me, was like, who is this person? I'm like, oh, that's this person's name, and they're this in WWE, and then they're this. I'm like, see, it pays to have someone who knows wrestling.
Was for sure.
'Cause
This
my
guy's
world-
name is
my
Josh.
world collided.
I know. I'm like Sophia would be probably bummed that she's not like hanging out there right now with these guys. But
It's all good.
yes.
It's all good.
So then this is their hair. They brought their hairdresser, Josh.
Oh my God, he was so sweet.
Adorable and funny. Ryan Cabrera. There's some fans and stuff. So there's that. There's us with Jacob.
Aw, cute. You guys took some really nice pictures with them.
There's me on the stage. After this is me getting off the stage and not falling.
I was like, did you
This
fall
is
again?
Angela.
Or
No, I did not. I did not fall off the stage. Here's Trevor from O-Town. There's Brad from LFO. Just me and Brad. There's a bunch of food that they had, which was good stuff.
what was that food? Was it corn? One of them or no?
This one was stupid.
Sorry.
Thing. It was this thing. So they had like
Sorry, it
baked
looked yellow. I
potatoes,
don't
they had
know why.
asparagus, they had
Okay.
it was
It was
corn.
good.
It was like corn
Corn.
and like spinach, I think. This was like
Oh, okay.
fish.
That
and
looks
other
really
things.
good.
Yeah, it's pretty
It
good.
was good.
Would have been
The
nice
food
if there
there
was butter for
lovely.
the potato though, but no. All good. So this is Chris and Trevor hiding behind the stage because they did premiere Better Place. We got to hear it about 2 hours before the actual although where we were, the time zone was off, so maybe it was about an hour before or 3. But we got to actually hear Better Place. So they played it, and then like halfway, and I do have that video up on.
Oh,
our
I saw that
YouTube as
video.
well. It's kind of awkward and looks weird, and it doesn't look that full, but that's because half the people were outside, so nobody really knew. I had just kind of heard the opening thing, so we're like, oh, okay, let's go in and whatever. So Chris was just like awkwardly hiding behind there, not wanting anyone to see him. So of course we're just taking pictures of him because, whatever. And then it ended up getting unplugged at one point.
Oh my God, that was funny.
And they're like, oh, RCA knows that we're playing early. Like, what's going on? It was pretty funny.
So they had technical difficulties.
So they also had technical difficulties, but yes, so that was good. I was bummed that he didn't actually perform it, and I thought maybe he might perform it with O-Town on the trip. But they couldn't because of the whole writer's strike thing, right? And I also feel it makes sense that it wouldn't make sense for him to perform it the first time, not with NSYNC, but with O-Town is great for like backing up like Brad from LFO and Chris when they do their other stuff, but it makes sense that they didn't perform it. But yeah, it was just like, oh, that sucks, but whatever. So
yeah, he could have sang a little bit, maybe a little snippet.
Yeah, but
but I get it. I get why
everybody. Yeah, so they like it was weird because they couldn't really talk about it either. It was just kind of like anyway, and yep, there's a bunch.
That's like a 90s con, like I was saying, like they're in these TV shows, but they cannot talk about their past work or their future work or any kind of work. They just talk about their life.
Yeah, so definitely.
But that's what fans remember them as. So then you're like, what do you talk about?
You ask like, oh, what's your dog's name? Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
right? No, exactly.
So then that's why there was like no fan questions. They just asked the questions. The girl who posted it,
yeah, that makes sense for sure. Yes. So here is Eric from O-Town, obviously. Here is Ryan Cabrera. This is Angela. So my mom met her because, would you like to explain the story?
Well, when you get to my age, you like to sit down at a certain point, and there was no chairs. So I saw her, and it was her husband, I didn't know at the time, sitting in a chair. So I went up to her and I said, how did you score some chairs? And she goes, well, I asked them to get it for me when we did the sound check. And I thought, sound check? Oh, she's probably part of the band. I thought she was just the parents of someone. So I said, oh, okay, I'll go ask. So I was walking away, and she comes up to me. She goes, no, you sit down. You sit down. You can sit down. And her husband said, yeah, she'll work the room. Oh, okay, thank you. It was so sweet of them. They were lovely nice, people. Yeah.
And it was almost over anyways at that point. So yeah, so there you go. Okay, so that is the end of that one. Let's see.
That's day one, or there's more
not with that.
That was day one.
I think that's it from day one.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
so
what?
Because here it says we're 57.
One that we missed it.
Yeah. And then we walked.
Here is my dad coming in and making a cameo.
Nobody can see him. He just have his sweater and his arm, basically.
Yes,
now we hear his voice, but that's it.
We have pumpkins in case anybody wants to know.
Okay, good to know. Okay, so sorry, I'm just scrolling down. I basically think that was the end of day. Were you sure that we had to walk back that night? Was that the night?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically we were walking back.
That's when we met.
That's when we met Stephanie. So, so we get to the. Are you sure? I thought that was the second day. I could be wrong.
It was the first day.
It was a long day. It was a long travel day.
Because we waited until everybody cleared out. And then it was late.
Okay. So it was late, and
she had just gotten there.
She came late. I'm pretty sure that was the second day, but okay. Basically, essentially, where our hotel room was all the way at the other end of the resort from where these events were happening at like the beach area. So it said that the shuttle was going till 1, and it was 1, and there was no shuttle there. So we did not. So we ended up having to like walk all the way back, where someone was hot and miserable and did not want to walk all that way. So we ended up meeting this other girl who was sitting on a bench also waiting, and nothing was happening. And we're like, okay, whatever. So then finally she's like, okay, let's just walk. So we ended up walking back. We're like, let's walk to the lobby, and then maybe from the lobby they can bring us the rest of the way. So we finally got to the lobby, and there was this other person who had like that was the beach party day.
Beach
I
party.
think it was the second day because I'm pretty sure we got back the first day. Anyways, we'll tell the story anyways. So she ended up having like this other person had like a broken ankle and was walking with a walking boot. So they were like, okay, we'll get someone to drive them, but there's nothing wrong with you. Just walk. So we walked and we were like hot and sweaty and gross. And then my mom's like, I just want to go to the room and take a shower and like, let's get out of this and blah, 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 blah. So we get to the room and there is no water at all. Like,
Oh my God.
nothing for the toilet, the shower, the sinks, no water at all. So she's like, ah, and then we had
Did they
like,
cut it off at a certain time?
well, we didn't know. We're like, what the hell is this? This is
We
weird.
found out later.
We found out later why, but I'll say that when we get to the other person. But basically, she just like just like bottles of water and like she was like so mad and enraged. It was very entertaining.
I was tired.
Tired. But basically, as we were walking back with this Stephanie person, which again, this is the second night, but I will tell the story now. Anyways, she
Okay, maybe
was
it
like,
the second night.
oh, who
I'm
are you
wrong.
here to see? And I was like, oh, obviously like O-Town and Chris and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, who are you here to see? She's like, oh, I'm actually Alexa's cheerleading coach from high school. And I was just like, oh, okay, good thing I didn't say shit about Brian Cabrera, which again, he's a lovely guy and I wouldn't have said shit about him, but it's just like on this trip, it made you realize that you don't know who
Anyone is really.
So definitely, don't put your foot in your mouth. Like on a Backstreet Boys cruise, it's just the Backstreet Boys. But with this, because there was so many other artists, we didn't know everybody's entourage and everybody, right? So, but basically, she ended up telling us that the day after to come meet her at the pool because we had something to give.
Well, you made a little onesie.
I made a onesie for
So
Ryan
cute.
and Alexa for their baby. So she's like, oh, we're going to be at the pool, whatever. And then come see us and whatever. So that was that. So basically, we got back to our room and we were exhausted and fell asleep. Sophia, does it say how much time it is on your end?
It says 1 hour and 1 minute and
Okay,
29
because my time is off. Okay, so I guess we'll just end today's episode there. Come back for further episodes. We'll try not to make it 5 episodes, but definitely this was kind of to set you up for this. So we are going
It set the stage for what's
set the
to come.
scene. So we've made it to Mexico. We survived day 1. We are good to go, and we will talk to you more next week. So
Thanks for taking
a break. Thanks for taking a break with us.
Until next time.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.